hand down his decision tonight, so we're likely to see that tomorrow afternoon. Sandra?
Paris was the latest there, thank you. With international border closures cutting migration to a trickle, the Treasurer says we need a corona baby boom to help grow the economy. The call came after National Cabinet recommended and recommitted to a suppression strategy to contain the spread of infections rather than aiming for elimination.
4 months into the pandemic and suppression is key.
You can't deal with things as you'd like them to be. You've got to deal with things as they are.
Today's National Cabinet committing to an aggressive approach in tracking and tracing every single case. The ultimate goal?
No community transmission.
One that's proving hard in Victoria, where the daily numbers are in the hundreds. The ADF out in droves in affected areas, calling close contacts and knocking on doors.
There will always be cases that come because Australia has not completely shut itself off from the world.
And a repeat of a hard lockdown looking less and less likely. Instead,
everyone has slowed down their 3 or 4 or 5 step plan.
The Treasurer taking his cues from the French president.
That they would not a lockdown like the one they did in March again, because they have learned, and I quote, that the economic and human consequences from a total lockdown are disastrous.
Australia is now dealing with its own disastrous debt. The Treasurer shifting
Very
focus
good.
to growth, both economic and population.
Do you seem to want Australians to go back under the doona? Is that correct?
Not at all. Although the dune is probably big enough for 2 of us.
I should apologise, Treasurer, because I was really referring to the fertility question.
Oh, right, okay.
The opposition leader also giggling at the thought.
Well, you can't impose these things.
The Prime Minister with his own message for the weekend.
Obviously, if you're in Melbourne, you're staying
Mahal.
but elsewhere around the country, I just encourage everybody to exercise the appropriate caution and the social distancing practices which are so necessary for us to stay on our guard.
Stella Todorovic for 10 News First.
Residents at an Ashfield unit block had a rude awakening overnight, forced to evacuate over fears their building might collapse. They blame the M4 tunnel construction directly beneath them for the damage, but authorities are saying they couldn't find a link.
It's just before 4 a.m. and emergency crews are called to this Ashfield unit block after residents feared it would collapse. Sorry. They were woken by frightening sounds and found tiles damaged, walls cracked and doors jammed.
The initial actions were to evacuate the building to ensure the safety of the occupants first.
10 people and a child from 6 units were forced to leave while authorities investigated.
We don't know the cause of it, and that's what we need to establish. What is the cause of this building moving?
Instantly, comparisons are made to the Opal and Mascot Tower debacles